is you said comp. Give me 2 or 3 Harvey comps. Give me a Harvey comp or 2, something that we can get excited about.
That you can get excited about?
Yeah.
You remember Devontae Freeman?
Yeah, absolutely.
You like it?
I do. He was dynamic for about 3 or 4 years. Kind of one of those like Sean Alexander for like best running back in the league for 2 or 3 or 4 years class. He was that guy. That's a great comp.
Yeah. Danny Jeremiah's comp. Not my comp. My comp's more Keaton Mitchell, but nobody's going to know Keaton Mitchell except for dynasty owners and fantasy leagues.
Jeremiah's your guy, though. So
yeah,
you believe
I
in
love
the comp.
DJ. Yeah. I could see it as the ultimate upside because the dirty secret in the NFL is all about fit. RJ Harvey fits what Sean Payton wants to do. And you know Sean Payton is going to just throw it down and in everybody's face. He's going to do with RJ Harvey what he did with Bo Nix. Oh, you didn't think he was that guy? I'm going to show you he's that guy, and I'm going to use him like he's that guy. So many people were wrong about Bo Nix, and they all have egg on their face. The Harvey pick is one that at the time you think, okay, at 20 you're going to go Omarion Hampton. They did not go Omarion Hampton. And then you think, okay, at that point, and they move back in the second round, and they move back again. There was a Mike Silver piece in The Athletic where he was embedded with James Gladstone. James Gladstone is the 35-year-old GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Super young kid, like him a lot, from the Rams, analytical guy.
You heard him speak. I mean, he's like eloquent, like a motivator. What he was talking about when he went to Travis Hunter in that presser was like masterful.
Yes.
It's everything you'd ever want to hear from a guy running your team.
It was philosophical. It was in a way spiritual. Like James Gladstone is that dude. I really I enjoy his work.
Yeah.
They wanted, and it was Liam Cohen specifically. Liam Cohen. Now you may say, weird with the whole Duval thing, which that's Jacksonville's thing. Whatever. Like what we're 5280. We don't have to worry about that. But like Liam Cohen, when a year ago Bucky Irvin was drafted. Now Bucky Irvin was the pick the Broncos missed on. They totally missed. They should have drafted him instead of Audric Estime. It was a complete miss. You could have made it up with this RJ Harvey pick. I'm not going to say he's Bucky Irvin. Mark Schlereth is saying he's Bucky Irvin, which is fine. That stinks comp. We love Stink. He's amazing.
Yeah.
But when you look at how he's going to be utilized and the way that Sean Payton is going to use RJ Harvey as a runner and receiver out of the backfield, and then you consider Liam Cohen wanted to say, and he used the F word, he used a naughty word. He was like, F everything, let's move up and get him. The Jacksonville Jaguars wanted to get him for Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen was at Tampa Bay a year ago when they drafted Bucky Irvin, and Liam Cohen said, what? This is the perfect style of running back. So Jacksonville, and Bucky Irvin in 42% of the snaps, Kev, get me the number, it was 1,500 all-purpose yards. I'm pretty close to that, but it was
Bucky?
42% of the snaps.
He did a great season.
Not even half, Eddie. 42% of the snaps. I'm glad you get that one. 42% of the snaps, he got over 1,500 yards. Kev's checking my math. For the Buccaneers, he gives me the thumbs up. Thank you, Kev. He gets that type of production. I'm going to say 1,200 for RJ Harvey, not 1,500. But if he got 1,500, I wouldn't be surprised. And if Liam Cohen, and it was Gladstone, the young GM who was like, let's roll the dice. Guess who lost? The Jacksonville Jaguars lost. Now, they wanted Pat Bryant, too. That's a different conversation we can get into later. But they wanted RJ Harvey, and that's a team. Broncos have Audric Estime. He may or may not be real good at football. Yeah. I'm tending to lean towards he's not real good at football.
I mean, the rest of the room.
You know who Jacksonville's room is, right? It's Travis Etienne. That guy's pretty good.
He's been great.
And they still wanted RJ Harvey. So Denver wanted RJ Harvey because they don't have anything.
So RJ Harvey just RB1 right away, depth chart, it's solidified.
1,000%. You don't think so?
Well, I do, but
okay.
So do we have no more belief in Jaleel and Estime? It's like we're ready to move on from that, or do these guys still believe there's something left in the room?
I'll use the Dennis Miller line. You may never be more blank than you are right now. Have we seen the best of Jaleel McLaughlin? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then you're done. Like, he's got a roll. That roll's really good. I like him running towards the pylon when you're 10 yards in, right?
Yeah.
He's too small to pass protect. He doesn't break any tackles. A strong gust of wind will knock him down.
I didn't see enough. And
No. We've seen enough with Jaleel.
Oh, okay.
We're done. I don't need to see any more other than his role.
Yeah.
Have we seen the best of Audric Estime? Yes or no?
I would say yes.
I would say no, actually.
Okay.
Because we didn't see a lot. And what we did see wasn't great. So is that the best?
I think my thought is we needed a runner at a lot of times last season, and he was a guy who had some opportunities to be a guy here.
Was it his opportunity, or let me correct you, or ask you if I'm correcting you? Was it his best opportunity? Was last year Audric Estime's best chance to be the man, and he couldn't beat out Javonte Williams? Javonte Williams any good?
No. I think he's damaged goods.
Yes. Pre-injury Javonte, stud, my number one running back over Najee Harris. So we love Javonte, but Javonte right now, damaged goods, not great, Bob. And Audric Estime, the guy that you're really relying on this year to be something, RJ Harvey's going to be RB1. But RB1A is right now Audric Estime, and to cue the Chuck D, can't trust it. I can't trust that. I can't trust a rookie that when they went to the wild card round, Tyler Bidet missed how many weeks? Like 10 weeks, whatever the number is. Tyler Bidet misses all this time. He misses months. And they go to the postseason, and they say, hey, Audric, you don't have a jersey.
I do.
Now that guy's your RB1A?
I think that a young running back is the running back is one position in the league where you can pop and almost have instant success and be effective right away, and you can see it and feel it. So that's why these guys get chewed up and spit out so easily and so quickly. Once we're talking about the room here a little bit more, and I like Harvey as much as anybody. I really like him. I believe in, hey, you got to trust the organization. I'm down with it.
Trust the process.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a believer in the Paytons, George and Sean. But after getting, into this discussion here a little bit more, it feels like they need a veteran running back, like a big boy in the room. Yeah, it just feels like that. And I bet you they will at a certain point sign one of those guys.
Who would it be? My guy, Jamal Williams. I like Jamal Williams as that role.
He was super effective.
What was it a couple years ago with the Lions? He had like 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was.
In one season.
He was dynamite. Gus Edwards, I'd have to take a look at like the age and the production.
The Gus bus, right?
And other than that, it's kind of Dobbins. But you just turned me off from Dobbins at $3.5 million.
Now that the Chargers have put that tender on him.
Well, at $1.5 million, that's $2 million more that you have to spend on a that's almost a starter, low-end starter money, high-end backup money that could be valuable for the Broncos at a certain point in this season. So. Get you a veteran running back, then the complexion of the room feels a little bit different. Then at least feels like I like the wide receiver room quite a bit because Courtland Sutton is, to me, one of the most underappreciated guys, not only in this roster, but maybe as a receiver in the league. I mean, how many different quarterbacks and some bums is he still productive with? Marvin Mims, if he's kind of a gadgety guy who can do lots of different things, then we don't need a Deebo Samuel. You're going to mortgage, leverage some future, some growth of some other guys in the process. And then Pat Bryant, I'm interested to see what this guy looks like.
I think Bryant could be your starter opposite Sutton. Day one.
If that's the case, I like Vele. Then all of a sudden you have like 5 or 6 guys in the room that you've seen something from, you could kind of believe in. 1 or 2 really pops and grows, gets you, turns into a star. The rest is history. They're going to have all these young guys are going to have a chance along with Bo to grow alongside of him. And I'll tell you, like T. Higgins, you bring T. Higgins in here on a 3-year deal. You're, guaranteeing him $70 million. He plays 8 games for you one of those years, 12 games for you another year, and the last year is either too old, wants some new money.
You're paying him mega millions. That's the problem.
Yes, you're paying him almost $30 million. And then, Cease, by the time this team is really, say they add Higgins and they leverage some future on him, by the time the Broncos are really ready to compete for Super Bowls, I don't mean just be good. I hope they make the playoffs again next year, maybe win a playoff. I mean like compete for a championship, say in 2 years. T. Higgins will be on the other side, not really a part of the plan in the future. I'd rather grow with the young guys.
You believe in Peyton and Peyton, right? Is it fair to grade a draft? Is it fair to, criticize and critique what George Payton and Sean Payton have done?
Well, yeah, but like it done in past years. In this draft, who's to say? It's just based on...
What? Wait. So you're saying you can't grade a draft? You're saying you can't be critical?
I'm saying it's a little...
You can't say... You're saying you can't question things here?
Cecil, my man, you were awfully critical.
Rock him.
I actually got run on that call. But
you did?
Still, yeah.
It was
my first Jim Rome call.
That was? Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Yeah. He said I was critical because I'm going to be a little bit critical and say I didn't want a damn punter on day 3. right? I thought day 3 you could have gone for it a little bit more, and that's where my grade is. You're seeing some B pluses out there. They're not too far off based on that day 1. I think you got 4 starters in this draft. That's excellent, but when you don't go for it enough on day 3, I thought there were some freak athletes you could have gone for if you're the Broncos.
Cecil, you're the ultimate draft Nick. You're a draft guy. I'd say for, regular Broncos fan, Broncos country guy out there, he could throw a generic grade on it, but he's basing it off of the first-round pick, the second, the third-round pick, and then maybe a flyer on a guy at the end of the draft he liked from a college or, some kind of gimmicky guy. I'd say that's what your average kind of Joe, how he grades the Broncos draft. Did I like the Broncos draft? Yeah, sure. A-, B+. I mean, who am I to say? But, the ultimate discussion would be how successful. I'll tell you this, and I